whether or not he wants to play a land here. Or is he considering playing a... No, he's already played a land. I'm sorry, we're on Pelkak's turn. I was so distracted by the other match. There's the Sky Knight Legionnaire.
Sky Knight Legionnaire.
Sky Knight Legionnaire
back on cloister.
It's the second time I've seen a upright Sky Knight Legionnaire today. There's the Woebringer Demon I was talking about.
Yeah, let's go get a peek on table A. This match seems kind of bogged down right now. The Boros deck has come out. He's bought a cloister. He's going to keep throwing permanents on the board, but Damo de Rosa seems like he's managed to stabilize with Skeletal Vampire and all those bats.
Well, Woebringer Demon was actually pretty instrumental in getting these guys into the top 4 this weekend.
Chris McDaniel's Woebringer
Chris
Demon?
McDaniel's Woebringer Demon. They were playing against Nate's a Jerk in the last round, which is Nathan Waxer's team, a team I was sort of following. And Chris's opponent had Caryatid in play when Chris McDaniel played his Woebringer Demon, and he had 2 bat tokens in play. And Nam sacrificed his Caryatid, and then it was Chris' turn. Chris sacrificed the bat, and then attacked with his bat and his Woebringer Demon. And Nam putrefied the Woebringer Demon rather than take 4. But had he just waited a turn, when he could not sacrifice a creature on his turn, he would have actually gotten the the Woebringer Demon would have had to go.
Sure.
So
Daniel replays a Woebringer Demon. It got remanded last turn, and this time it sticks.
So it's going to hit one of the Froglings.
Oh, it gets putrefied.
That time the putrefy on the Woebringer Demon was certainly correct.
Oh yeah. He's just trying to clear path for Vinelasher Kudzu and Flaxcaster Frogling. Those 2 guys are adding up. What is that? 5, 6? 6, crunching over. That's half of McDaniel's life total. He's down to 5. Yeah, very much a critical mass. Sort of gets out the creatures, very tempo, very aggro control-y.
Sure, and spot removal now, you can just sit back on your mana, and spot removal can't deal with either of those guys.
Remand and it's just perfect there. If you go Vinelasher Kudzu, Flaxcaster Frogling, there's no scenario where Remand is better than when it buys you another turn of attacking for 5.
That third turn when the Frogling comes down, that's the turn you have to do something.
Right. Now Zampier not only can play, Remands, but he can also make his creatures untargetable because of the Frogling. Does McDaniel have an answer, or is this game also headed to game?
McDaniel's looking at he just pointed to a Congregation at dawn in his hand to Gadiel.
There's the Congregation at dawn.
He's doing that on his upkeep.
So he can set himself up elephants, I assume.
Actually, it looks like I see a vampire.
Summing a Skeletal Vampire to the front.
There's usually some permutation of vampires and elephants.
Does he have one Sky Swallower or no?
No, he doesn't have any Sky Swallower.
No, he doesn't have any blue mana. Never mind.
They're not playing their full complement of Sky Swallowers.
Meanwhile, Game 3 has gotten underway between Gadiel and Willie Edel.
There's another Woebringer Demon he's rolling by. There's an Angel of Despair. That doesn't seem very exciting. There's a little animosity between the players in the B seat.
Yeah, Gadiel was
perhaps a little South American rivalry.
the Argentina versus Brazil thing. Maybe. When they played in the Swiss, there were a couple points where Edel didn't take a point of mana burn, didn't miss a point of mana burn, and played a spell without having the right colors at one point.
Gadiel, possibly a little sloppy play, and Gadiel took it maybe as something more.
Clearly that at a minimum there was sloppy play there, but Gadiel was starting to wonder, 3, 4, 5 times you see sloppy play in one match. You start to wonder if the guy's trying to get away with something, and Gadiel felt like he called a judge over at least once or twice. Edel did wind up with warnings for procedural error.
And then, but then that puts Edel on edge around Gadiel, I'm sure.
Yep.
So you can see the players consulting there. This is a very unusual feature of this tournament. It's something that we've never really seen before.
Right.
I mean, obviously we've seen it at the Grand Prix level and in the PTQ level, but we've never seen it at...
There's Lockdown Hierarch. That was the card McDaniel put on top. He loses if this gets killed or countered. Well, that's to get countered for him to lose.
Like,
All right, he got the 4 life, so he's up to 9.
Daniel's up to 9 here. It also looks like he wants to attack. Guess if he had a last gasp there, it would have been but he would have been able to get a nice attack.
McDaniel actually going to stabilize here?
Well, Skeleton Vampire seems pretty promising.
Zampier had the draw that he wanted with the sideboard plan. Kudzu, Frogling, Remand, Putrefy. Hard to draw it up much better than that. Meanwhile, Willie Edel has gotten a Rumbling Slum into play, but Gadiel Slifer has answered it with a Simic Sky Swallower. That's how Gadiel won game 1. He just shrugged off the Rumbling Slum and it cracked back to 6 in the air.
The bigger, better guy. There's the
second elephant from Chris McDaniel. So the window where Celso Zampieri can win this game seems to be quickly closing.
Oh, that's going to be Void Slime.
Void Slime for this elephant.
Void Slime's been a fantastic card this weekend. So
Absolutely.
much. We saw Void Slime's trap Ghost Councils outside of the field of play.
Wait. He's stranded an entire team with Ghostway.
Yep.
not enhanced.
It's like Rolling Spoil on the dual land. I just saw Void Slime counter locks out on Hierarch's activated ability.
In combat, yeah.
That was awesome. The Hierarch is dead, and the creatures it was trying to save are also dead. That's pretty powerful. Well, Witty Edel adds a Burning Tree Shaman to his board. He's not going to 3/3 and a 5/5, but he's staring over at Simic Sky Swallower.
Right, the interesting thing about Sky Swallowers, you can just leave it back there, and it's impossible to get through or around until you're ready to attack.
McDaniel seems to have stabilized the board here. We're going to go to B. That's a game 3, so the match is at stake on the middle table between Gadiel Slifer and Willie Edel.
Right. Celso really just going back over to the other table for a second, Celso just needs to draw some lands there and get his Vine Lash or Kudzu bigger than that.
Oh, sure. Once it can beat up an elephant,
yeah,
a lot better shape. You look at Gadiel. He's looking over at McDaniel trying to get some advice on how to play.
7.
It doesn't look very happy there, Gadiel. But he never looks that happy.
Never looks happy.
13. Like, I think I just
Right, at minimum, Gadiel takes 7 on an attack. You know, assuming you count the point from Rumbling Slum at the beginning of the turn. So I guess he's under a little pressure here. Savage Twister seemed like a fine play again.
Gadiel shifts the turn. Sky Swallower is holding off. Burning Tree Shaman and Rumbling Slum and Watch Wolf. Gadiel only at 13. Attack deals 6.
Yeah. It deals 7 because he takes 1 at the beginning of the turn from the slum.
Right.
So really he's...
Alright. Well, one match is over. Paulo Victor Damo de Rosa wins. He defeats John Pelkak. He got the full Orzhov Tron online. Got the Ghost Castle, Tesa, got everything set up. And Pelkak's Bottled Cloister was not good enough. He was trying to fry out Damo de Rosa. Couldn't get the job done. And Damo de Rosa wins 2-0. John Pelkak goes down. If Big Time with Big Oots wants to big time in the finals, they need Gadiel Slifer to win this game, and they need McDaniel to win another game as well.
It's, I gotta tell you, it looks, depending on what, Gadiel, it looks like he's gonna need a counterspell. I think Edel's gonna take this one.
If Edel takes this, it's over.
Edel would really like